find the least common multiple, or LCM, we're going to actually use the factor trees that we learned how to create in prime factorization. So for this example, we're going to try and find the least common multiple of 120 and 36. So what we're trying to find is the number that when we do skip counting, they would have the same number where it would be. Okay, so you could make a list. I could start by saying 120 and 240, but then it's going to be quite extensive, especially as we get higher up. So this is an easier way and a quicker way to do this. So the first step is going to be factor trees. So I'm going to make a factor tree for 120 and for 36. So for 120, I'm going to come here and I'm going to split that into 12 and 10. Neither of those are prime, so I will split them again into 4 times 3. 3 is a prime number, 4 is not, so I'll split it again into 2 times 2. So that side of my tree is all prime. 10 can be split into 5 and 2, and 5 and 2 are both prime numbers, so I'll circle those. So when I write this in exponential form, and this is an important step, you need to write it in exponential form. I'm going to count up my 2's, 1, 2, 3 2's, so it's going to be 2 to the third power times, I have a 3, times 5. So that would be my prime factorization for 120. Now I need to do my prime factorization for 36. So I'm going to come over here. 36 I know is 6 times 6. Neither one of those are prime. So I'm going to break it down into 2 times 3, which are both prime. And again into 2 times 3, which are also both prime. So the prime factorization for this with exponents would be 2 to the second power times 3 to the second power. That's going to be my prime factorization, and that completes step 1. So for step 2, what we're going to start by doing is we're going to write down all of the factors in one area. So I'm going to list just all the factors. So I'm going to start with 2 to the second power, that takes this place, then 2 to the third power, then I have 3, then I have 3 to the second power, and then I have 5. So now I've listed out all the factors. So what I have to do now is I have to take the largest exponent for each factor. So basically I have the numbers 2, 3, and 5 as bases. I need the largest exponent for each one of those. That's going to be my third step. So I'm going to look at my 2's, and 2 to the third power is larger than 2 to the second power, so I'm going to take that one, 2 to the third power. I'm also going to take 3 to the second power because it's bigger than 3. So 3 to the second power, and then 5 is alone, so I just am going to take 5. So these are the numbers I'm going to use to find my greatest common factor. Or, yes, my least common multiple. Sorry, not greatest common factor, my least common multiple. So to multiply those out, I'm going to do 2 to the third power, which is 2 times 2 times 2, which is 8, times 3 to the second power is 9, and then times 5. And if I keep going down with this, I would get 8 times 9 is 72. 72 times 5 is going to be 360. So 360 is going to be the least common multiple for 120 and 36.